It's the Tuesday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Welcome back, everyone, and we've got a lot to talk about again today. It's a very, very wintry forecast, so let's get right to it. It's turned out a little sunnier than we expected today. We've got snow on the ground, and that's showing up on the visible satellite picture, which we'll reload here in just a second. All of this kind of grayish, whitish color. Snow on the ground. Now, we do have some clouds up near the lakeshore, but overall it's turned out to be a fairly sunny day today. But of course, we did start out as promised this morning with a little bit of snow out there. And here's a look at official snowfall reports that were called into the National Weather Service. I posted this on my Facebook and Twitter accounts earlier on today. Here is Youngstown, and once you're south of Route 30, we had a couple of reports of up to 2, maybe even 3 inches, a 3-inch report down in East Liverpool, but that was the exception. You know, kind of as we warned you, the vast majority of us got a coating of snow, up to a half an inch, maybe an inch in a few spots last night, just enough to slicken things up around daybreak today. We had some 2-hour school delays. You had to brush some snow off your car, but it was more of a nuisance than anything, and it has turned out to be a pretty sunny one today. What else is going on? Well, we've got some lake effect snow up here downwind of Lake Michigan. Notice how tightly packed together the isobars are this afternoon. If you step outside today, it's breezy, and it makes it feel quite a bit cooler than it actually is. I've got the temperatures plotted up here. Let me take off the pressure, and I'll bring up the current wind chills. And yikes, these are some skinny numbers. This is the middle of the afternoon. I'm recording this at 2:20 p.m., and wind chill numbers are down into the lower and middle teens in northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania, single digits back towards Chicago and Grand Rapids this afternoon. This is truly Arctic air. It's only going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. So we've still got some leftover snow up near Boston, but that quick hitting snow that moved up the eastern seaboard earlier did drop a few inches near the eastern seaboard. Again, as advertised, this system behaved as expected. Well, the cold's reloading out here in the Midwest, where temperatures are down below zero and along the U.S.-Canadian border and heading up into the prairies of Canada. And again, temperatures are going to nosedive. Well, let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow as we head through Wednesday. I'm going to bring up the simulated radar here, because we've got another kind of nuisance snow on the way for Wednesday, especially midday and afternoon. Let me go forward here to mid-afternoon. This is the simulated radar, and you'll notice there's not a lot with this. This is actually lake effect, a band coming off of Lake Erie tomorrow. But out in here, while there's not much showing up on our model tomorrow afternoon, I do think there'll be some very light snow, some flurries that pass through after 1, 2 o'clock probably. And this could coat the ground in a few spots again, kind of like we had last night. I guess I wouldn't be shocked if someone got 3/4 of an inch or an inch out of this, but most of this is, again, nuisance snow. The timing on this different than this morning. This will be coming towards the end of the day on Wednesday instead of the beginning of the day like we had today. So all of this is along the Arctic front that is going to plow south and east. Let me bring up real quickly the expected temperatures for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. It's going to get really, really cold. When you see these purples, that's never a good thing. The scale is just off your screen here, but we get into the purple colors, and we're down in the single digits and teens, and these are mid-afternoon temperatures tomorrow, so you know how cold it's going to be tomorrow night. Our model ends with tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, and we'll already be below zero at that point up around the upper Midwest, and we may get into the single digits here later on tomorrow night. All right, let's talk about what's going to happen as we roll through the end of the week and into the weekend. Weather looks pretty uneventful, just remarkably cold for Thursday and Thursday night. We probably stay in the mid-teens Thursday, making it our coldest day this early in the season since 1995. It's been since 1995 since we've had temperatures that stayed in the teens this early in winter. This is something we see much more often in January, not early December. But we do have more snow possibly to talk about. I'm going to start off this sequence with Saturday morning on the GFS model, and what we've got going on here is low pressure just off the edge of your screen and some light to moderate snow breaking out ahead of it at daybreak on Saturday. Then we roll ahead to early afternoon, about 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It'll still be, according to this model, snowing lightly. Now, the 32-degree line is not far to our south. It's going to be maybe near Columbus, Zanesville, Pittsburgh. Especially in the southern part of our viewing area, this may end up being a mixed precipitation event for a time Saturday afternoon. That's something that we still have to sort out. But looks pretty likely that a lot of us are going to see some snow on Saturday. This is Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. Still some light to moderate precipitation around. Again, some pinks trying to show up primarily south of 224 or even a little south of Route 30. And then by the wee hours of Sunday morning, again, the 32-degree line close by, This is going to be a tough forecast. Sunday morning, our low is kind of handing off its energy to an East Coast low. This will turn out to be a big snow producer up in New England, and snow's probably tapering off to flurries at that point Sunday morning. So, how much snow, according to the models, do we have to deal with this weekend? Well, a lot still needs to be sorted out. You can kind of pick out on the accumulation map here on the GFS where the warm air is going to try to sneak in. Right down here where snow accumulations will drop quickly, south of, say, Route 30. But the farther north you go this time, I think there probably will be enough to shovel and plow, and we could be talking about, somewhere in the 2 to 4, 3 to 6 range, possibly. Saturday night, mainly from the I-80 corridor on north. This is only Tuesday, so I'm throwing out numbers on a preliminary basis here. We're not going to stay tied to these numbers, just a real first guess. That's the GFS model. Here's the European model. It has kind of a similar idea with 6 inches plus from Interstate 80 on north primarily, although some higher amounts might sneak down here. But bottom line is we've got another moderate snow event likely for the weekend. Still a long ways out, a lot of details still to be ironed out, but we want to put the nugget in your head that if you have shopping plans this weekend, travel plans this weekend, could be a little bit tough for a time, especially Saturday night, with slow improvement for Sunday, with leftover flurries and cold, but probably not a lot of accumulating snow after daybreak on Sunday. And then another shot of Arctic air is very, very likely to invade early next week. Well, that's weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday. We've got the morning edition of this video coming your way tomorrow. I'm back on the morning shift for a few days. I'll just take some more time off, so you'll see another edition of this video posted mid-morning on Wednesday. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on WFMJ Today.